H.R. Giger was a famous surreal artist of the 20th century. His work features a look into themes like the relationship between man and machine, biomechanical sex, and death. His works are fascinating as they explore the psychological horror and lust that is inherent in humanity. He seems to be obsessed with the skeletal form of the human anatomy and how it relates to machine and sex. The Magnus is another prominent example of H.R. Giger's obsession with the human body. The artwork shows an ominous figure clad in a brown cloak on the left and two feminine human-like forms that prominently display their skeletal system. The piece itself was made in 1975, but was created in dedication to his friend Frederick Kuhn, who died in 1972. This artwork is an introspective view on how H.R. Giger viewed death and having part with his dear friend. The cloaked figure on the left is meant to represent Frederick as he journeys from life to death. The alien skeletal figures are almost like guides that are leading his friend to the ominous place. One of the most depressing artworks that H.R. Giger has ever produced is a masterpiece dedicated to his first wife, Lee Tobler. The painting is called Lee 1 and prominently displays his dead wife's face in a very soft and beautiful way, only to have every other portion of her painting look very alien and horrifying. The artwork uses this very serpentine imagery and shapes to give off a type of extraterrestrial vibe, and very fear-inducing one. A snake even rests on her forehead, which seems to be slithering across her as if it was using her as a type of home. The skulls that surround the side of her head are obviously a reference to death, and ironically, she committed suicide only a year after the painting was finished. Perhaps Giger's most famous contribution to the world of art and pop culture is his design of the lethal monster from the Alien franchise. Much of the Alien's design was based off of his work from the earlier part of the 70s. The biggest inspiration for the Xenomorph's design comes from Giger's painting called the Necronomicon 6, which he created in 1976. The design was slightly altered, such as giving the alien an eyeless dome head instead of a large bulging eyes, and creating the tail to end in a piercing spike instead of its original phallic appearance. The design of the xenomorph is meant to be one of both sexual desire and revulsion. The head of the creature is shaped like a penis, while his body has the form of a starved human. Its intensely skeletal body form is similar to the other art that Giger has created and could be a direct reference to his earlier work, the Magnus, which also features an alien skeletal figure. H.R. Giger has created some of the most influential surrealist art of the 20th century. His art has inspired many designs for Lovecraftian-type worlds, and his alien design has become one of the most recognizable film icons in history. His work deeply